Hey everybody, sorry it took me so long. I went out and did some exercise and that ended up taking me longer than I expected. Okay, how are we this lovely evening? Glad to see you all here. Oh, headphones. Headphone notification. Okay, cool. Right. Let me, oh god, okay. I've got to get rid of, I think I'll keep the Minecraft overlay. I gotta turn off the cord blocker. This is what I gotta do every time. Nope, subtract. Oh god, that looks awful. Blending mode. Make me nice and transparent. Okay. Let us gimp it up. How is everyone? I'm going to be drawing a very special thing today. I title this The First Sights I Ever Saw. Non-copyright sound, yeah, exactly. That's the point, Acers. It's not meant to be copyright. I wish I could play copyrighted music, but we all know how that would end. All right, so 4K resolution size. What is the 4K? 380 by, sorry, 3840 by 2160. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm so used to doing 1080p, I've memorized that, but I haven't actually memorized the 4K resolution, because I don't have a 4K monitor. I don't ever do anything with 4K. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to make a painting of Spawn on 2B2T as it was in 2012. I've titled it The First Sights I Saw. I was in class earlier this morning, and while I was very bored learning about statistics, I drew up a mock-up. So, first things first, I'm gonna get a size brush of that's a fairly soft acrylic. What's that look like? Oh, what the fuck? Delete. No, that's black. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, that's very, very, like, tiny? Let's get it a little smaller. That's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. So, sorry for coughing so much. Basically, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine my size of my shapes. So I'm going to make a bunch of large shapes and a bunch of small shapes. Purely light and darkness. And then we're going to slowly pull it all together. All right, so this is the sky up here. This is the land, the ground. Now I could cheap out and do the nether roof, because the nether roof was one of the first places I went technically, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually make Spawn, the overworld. Anyway, howdy Calperator, Acers, Joe Billy, SMC, Faded, Universin. Hopefully you all are doing great this evening. Okay, so we're gonna have a giant hole right here. This is all gonna be dark and black and ugly because it's a gigantic hole back down to bedrock. And yeah, those existed even back in the day. Okay, and so I recently watched a video on how to paint landscapes. That's what inspired me to want to do this. And so I learned that you have to make shapes with dark and light. So these are your sort of, these are the little rocky outcroppings, stuff like this. This is all the junk that you would see at Spawn, because even back in 2012, there were giant pits and chunks of stone and dirt and stuff. Just sort of here and there with no rhyme or reason. And we got to make the shadows less powerful in some areas because, like this small bit, for example, isn't going to be It's not hyper dark over here. Shouldn't be. It's a pretty cool idea. I know it. Thank you. Thank you, Joe Billy. 4K resolution was unheard of back in the Warring States period. Use a formula to get the X bar and standard deviation numbers. Yes. What even? Okay. That's really cool, Acers. But yeah, standard deviation, standard error, we were doing all that shit. Ugh. It's the most boring stuff I've ever had to do. But it's not hard. We have a program that does a lot of it for us. But anyway, how have you all fared? One day to go before the weekend. Hopefully that's... I don't know if that's important to everyone or not, but I find it important. I like the weekends. Yeah, it says that? It says what? Oh, yeah. The title. When I took class today, I made up a statistic quiz. Oh, you made up a statistics quiz. I see. Unfortunately, I got 95 due to forgetting how to do Chebyshev theorem. That's fine. Don't worry about it. 95% is great. So yeah, I've mostly in my life, I've just been plugging away at that stupid game. Oh my god, I'm so sick of the game. I love the idea of escape the jack rooms, but holy shit, is it so much effort. Like, I knew it would be, but at the same time, oh my god. This reminds me of that time I made my very first map art, that Chikorita Pokemon card on 2B2T, and it just felt like an eternal slog. There was no end in sight until I was finally done. So I don't know. I'll plug through it. I'll get through it, don't worry. I just like to complain when I'm bored. I have a nasty habit of complaining a lot, especially when I'm bored. I think most people are like that. Hey, Smug Room. You work on Saturday? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. Saturday's the one day no one should have to work. But I understand. Oh well, I mean, you know, we all gotta do what we gotta do. Your schedule now incorporates a diminishing amount of TBT content. Yeah, that's because I'm doing the game. There isn't a point in doing much TBT content when all I'm doing is building on the stupid game. So until that's over, yeah, it probably will be diminished TBT content. Like, it's unfortunate, but it has to be what it has to be. But that's okay. It's all going to be a lot easier and simpler when this is finished. It's just a matter of time, you know, patience and all that. Do I look like a doctor to you? Get it? Have patience. Anyway, according to my paper, this little mock-up that I made here, I've got a bunch of stones and like little bits of pebbles and refuse all on the ground. I want to sort of incorporate the idea that Spawn is not just a wasteland, it's like a dumping ground. A bunch of shit has just been left here. So we got our rock, our dirt, our great underappreciated mass. Let me also, while I'm thinking about it, sky blue, and let's get a nice blue. No, that's a spherical. Let's get a linear. Yeah, there's a linear. There we go. Make it go up just a tiny bit. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so that's just to delineate the sky apart from the rest of the canvas. for the moment. Cool. And I'm just going to basically start etching, you know, smaller shapes. So oh yeah, that's right. I meant to continue my thought about shapes. So we got our lights and our darks. And so there are 3 types of shapes overall that we will be using. We'll have our dark shapes that are very large and big and prominent throughout the scene. So like this shit right here at the bottom. This giant hole that's just like, it goes down to who the hell knows where. Like I said, bedrock. And then we've got our softer, more gentler, smaller shapes like this. And these shapes are more subtle. They're the cracks and seams between rocks. They are, you know, the general ugliness. The general disheveled, disordered look that Spawn has. You know, the tiny, itty-bitty shapes that'll go everywhere. Stuff like this. Trying to sort of, again, I always think of this as a sculpting color, sculpting shapes. Like, I'm not just creating the image directly. I'm sculpting it by negative and additive processes to make it what I want it to be. Yeah. That way we got a lot of sort of detailing and texture in every sort of patch of area. Now, another thing that I learned was that you have to use grays as a unifying mechanism, which is to say we use a lot of very muted colors with very saturated colors in the areas where the sunlight is strongest. So I was thinking my template looks a lot different from this one. So I may end up having to shift this down a bit, bring this up. I don't know, we'll see. The burnout is settling in? Yeah, that's because this game is a lot of, like... If the game was not so much trouble to make, I wouldn't be burning out. I would just be moving on to the next project. But I'm gonna power through it. I'm not gonna let myself burn out. But that does mean I'm doing a lot of work off screen that you all don't see. So, like, it's just how it is. It will get done, I promise. It will be quite awesome, honestly. I burned out on Space Valk 3, and I'm beginning to get the itch to build on it. I said I wouldn't, but, like, it just sort of happens. That's how it goes, you know? Burnout is a fickle mistress. Did I join before or after the spawn was flattened? Before, actually. If you ever draw a modern spawn, you could make the obby roof a dark, shattered sky with rays coming through. Oh my god, that would be amazing! We'll probably be doing that eventually. I'm going to do spawn throughout the years. So it's 2012 because that's the year I joined. I didn't see 2011 spawn. I've seen a million pictures. Not really. I've only seen like a dozen pictures of spawn from 2011, but you know how it is. So, like, I'm not going to use... I mean, I could use my imagination, but I'm not going to, like, bastardize it. I was not there. I don't have a right to draw 2011 Spawn. I just don't. Judge Holden has the right to do that. I don't. Speaking of Judge, I wonder how he's doing. I haven't heard anything from Judge Holden in years at this point. Kind of hope he's okay. I have not heard good things about how his mental state was last I checked in on him. It's very unfortunate. Hey, Vincent, welcome. Oh my god. It's Fast Vincent. So, as the title plainly says, I am drawing. I'm drawing Spawn as it was in 2012, the year I joined. I'm probably going to put, like, my head Let me just go ahead and do it. Head template. Make it bright red as a marker. And I'm going to do that. There we are. This is just to remind me where my face will go. It'll be sort of like from the back side shot. And like, I'm probably going to release 2 versions of it. One without my head and one with it. Just because. And I'm probably going to post this on the Reddit at some point. Put this back to white. So yeah, I'm really eager to like do other Spawn drawings. Because Spawn is a really, really diverse, interesting place, you know? It's one of those places you can never be too bored at. You didn't enjoy. How do I prove I'm not gay? I'm accidentally ran into a dude and we kissed. I'm so sorry. Good luck with that. I can't help you, Joe Billy. All you will be able to do is know in your heart of hearts that you are not whatever people may think you are. If you are whatever you know you are, then you already know it. Like, you know your own truth. We all know our own truths on some level. But, you know, convincing other people of that is a very difficult thing to do. Like, how do you prove a negative? Well, the answer is you can't. I am something. Well, you can prove you are something, but you can't prove you are not something. I mean, unless it's like an overt physical characteristic. With those, you can overtly prove you are or not something. But like a character trait, how do you prove you're not a liar? Like, you can't prove a negative, so I don't know. Like, yeah, there's no help in that, unfortunately. Jack is great at drawing. Well, thank you, Offer. I'm not the greatest. I still think Judge Holden's better than me. But I'm trying. I don't know if it's worth anything, but, you know, I'm trying. Sort of make this a far off in the distance hill, and I'm trying to gray it out a little bit so that you can tell it's off in the distance. Make it a little more gentle and rolling because features tend to blend together over distance. Whereas in the foreground, you see how rough and tumble everything is. This is a gigantic hole. For those of you who are just now coming in, not seen or heard me mention what this is a gigantic hole, probably leads to bedrock or some shit. Those were everywhere, even at spawn in 2012. Even before the Wither was even in the game, there were holes that went straight to your doom. I distinctly remember running around spawn trying to kill newer players for my own amusement. Yes, even I had that phase once upon a time. And I distinctly remember taking a one wrong fucking step. And I plummeted right down a hole. It was a giant TNT hole that went straight to bedrock. And I was like, oh, what the hell? How did this get here? And splat. And thankfully, I only ever hunted up regular diamond armor and stuff. Because enchanting was really hard to do back in those days. And so I was just like, well, fuck. That's just an hour or two of my time gone. Whatever. And then I went right back to doing it again. And anyone in enchanted diamond armor that showed up at spawn would immediately kick my ass. But God, those were fun days. I think it's because of how no stakes, you know? Those were very non-stakes type days. There were no real... Like, everything was less serious in those days, I guess. Maybe that was just me. Because, you know, I can only know my own mental state. So maybe other people took 2B2T way too seriously back then, even. But I know that I felt like it was a lot of fun. I don't really want to go back to that time too much, but, you know. I wouldn't mind going back, just to sort of, as an observer, watch 2B2T in the early years. I don't know why I would. I would love to do that, but not to, like, go back to the older, simpler times. I kind of like 2B2T as it is now. How do I best convey that this is a drop-off? Let me shave off some opacity. Oh, yeah, that's a great effect. That's a little too much, though. No. Way too much. Yeah, see, it's already beginning to look like light and darks. Okay. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, get a little bit of this. Let's shave out some of the darkness. Because I think it's a little too dark for an area that's going to be, like, directly exposed to sunlight. Because, you know, it's Minecraft only has 4 default, you know, what would you call it? Minecraft only has, like, 4 stages of, like, brightness. It's either night, it's transitioning into night or day, or it's raining. And that's it. Like, there's no, you know, Minecraft suns are never obscured behind a bajillion clouds. You never have an overcast, partially sunny day. Like, it's always bright fully, or it's raining, or it's going down, or the sun is coming up. Like, there's no in between. Sort of taper off these lighter boundaries here. Make it not so rough around the edges. I don't want the darkness to be too dark in areas that it shouldn't be, because it shouldn't be. Okay. I'm liking this. It's feeling very PogChamp. Very Skibbity Riz, Ohio. Very silly Zoomer buzzwords. I swear I ran into Judge Holden's YouTube account by accident one time. I sent him a reply asking him if he was the Judge Holden for 2TT, and he didn't respond. Yeah, he never really responded much to YouTube messages. It's still a no-stakes environment. I mean, it's as no-stakes as you are mentally willing for there to be. If you are mentally of the opinion there are no stakes, then yeah, it's no stakes. And I guess that's really what I'm trying to say. Back in those days, I felt like it was no stakes, because for me it kind of was no stakes. And then gradually, as I made bases and as I did things and became more prominent player, those stakes got higher and higher, and that culminated with Space Valk 3. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't mind there being no stakes again like the early days, but then again, I kind of like there being stakes, though, personally. Like, stuff for me. I do actually enjoy having the idea of, oh yeah, you can get wrecked, you can lose stuff. It makes the server feel more real. More, I don't know, more meaningful. That's just me, though. You are very May mileage. Let's kick up the opacity erasage there. Get some in there. In there. Sort of delineate this light and shadow just a tiny bit better. It's a rough and tumble world, and the things you think of as dangerous may be less dangerous or more dangerous than you could ever know. I don't know what the hell I'm saying because I'm just making this shit up as I go. Cut down on some of the extreme darkness here. Shouldn't be so dark in some of these areas. Yeah. Bed sheets. It does look like bed sheets. Holy shit. Good idea, Jin Xingbing. I should turn this into a bed. A bed of destruction and waste and torment. Because this is 2B2T spawn. Even though it does kind of look like bed sheets. But when I add the dirt and stone splotches here and there, you're gonna know that it's not. No, don't save. What is it? Shift S. That's it. Let's squish this down just a tiny bit. And then move it down. There we go. That makes the landscape feel more prominent. Fuck. How do I... There it is. Layered image size. Okay, cool. So now we got our sky. Okay, then dirt patches. Because, you know, there was dirt and gravel and all that junk at spawn back in those days. Let's leave the black alone. We'll go for a nice sort of... Yeah, that's a nice shade of dirt. Let me also... palette. Also, I don't need heavy weight on my brush. Cool. And then we'll do a little bit more of a muted tan. There we go. There's our dirt. And stone is like slightly blue because of the sunlight. There's our dark. Slightly more blue. Put it about right there. That's a nice color for stone, I think. Put a little more up in there, make it a little more cyan. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, gravel. What color is gravel? It's more purpley, I think. Okay, there's our dark. A bit more there. There's our mid-tone and then our light. Yeah, gravel in Minecraft was always slightly purpley for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, and then, so we'll do dirt, and then stone, and gravel. Oh, hey, Black Phoenix, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I saw you here last. I'm doing all right. Just sort of kind of making it along, doing whatever the hell it is that I feel like doing. Giving myself trouble to, and problems and projects to complete. That kind of stuff. Were there still trees? No, there were not. Back in the day, very, very, very quickly after the server had been established, trees were already a thing of the past. I wish I could say there were trees when I joined, but there were not. And they made it a point, the older players who were, you know, prominent players at that time, they made it a point to make fun of anyone who was like, where are trees? And to be fair, it is a stupid fucking question, so I don't blame them. Where are the trees? Up your butt and around the corner, Lamau. Okay, okay, I'm doing this wrong. I know how I want to do it. Okay, so the dark splotches should be more dirty. This. More like this. So it's a more sort of like I guess the best way to represent a spawn, the spawn region, is to sort of have it be, you know how erosion looks? Oh, hey, Arthur. Welcome. So like erosion will, when the topsoil, you know, goes away, erosion will basically make it to where you've got exposed stone on one side and then like dirt on another side. Something along those lines. So I'm going to put stone on this side and then dirt in between in the dark spots. We'll see how that looks. Oh, now I need to make sure I got the whole use of my brush. Sort of smooth out these bits that are not quite what they should be. Okay, I'm gonna use the intermediate color. Sort of smooth out the bits that should be not quite so dark. Also, the blue is interfering. Yeah, that's better. Because, like, the blue of the sky really does not reflect on anything but metal and water. Dirt will not reflect blue in quite the same way. I don't believe. It's like I'm always saying, you're sculpting color. There we go. Get rid of any lingering blue on my dirt. There we are. So, like, basically for this, I'm going to have it be exposed stone here and there. And then in the crevices, there's going to be, like, dirt where dirt has been blown around by the winds and has accumulated in those spots. So we got dirt on the horizon here because Lamau. We can't stop destroying the land. "2B2T is just like real life." Minecraft Alpha gravel texture was and still is the best version. Yes, I do agree. Now, I will say, I am still a fan of all the textures we had prior to 1.14. I've just gotten so used to all the newer stuff that I don't care to go back. But I do get it. I get why people enjoyed it. I mean, I lived through all that time. Really kind of wish we just didn't have the new texture changes. I just never felt like there was a point to them. The programmer art is best. Fix overlay? Oh, fuck. I forgot that was there. Thank you for telling me. There we go. Sorry. I knew I'd forgotten to disable something, but oh well. Sort of give every bit of it a dirty kind of overlay. Splotches of the stone are going to be grayish brown. Old netherrack is good, yeah. Hey Ani, welcome. It could also be part bombshell zone. I mean, it is very sort of blown up. I mean, Spawn has always been shit-bombed. That's not really a surprise. Shouldn't be, anyway. Okay. I'm going to very carefully cut out where I want the boundaries to be. Delete anything that's not in that. Invert. Gravellstone dirt. Delete everything that's in that range. Where did I put? It's light dark. Delete anything that's not in that range. Okay. Sky blue. Get rid of this. Oh, no. Delete. There we are. There we go. That more definitively cuts a boundary between the sky and the dirt. All right, maggots, I'm going to show you the pecking order. It's the dirt, the worms in the dirt, Mr. Popo stool, and then Mr. Popo. Okami, and then Mr. Popo. Every time I hear the word dirt, that's what I think of, is that bit from Dragon Ball Abridged. God, that was such a good fucking show. Well, I say show, but that was such a good series. You know what I mean. Hello, Mr. Tree. 112, 113 textures are still the best. Yeah, they're not bad. I am a fan. I like them. They're nostalgic. I mean, I guess something that's, you know... God, how long did we have that in the game for before they axed it? We had it for a while. I just wish we had, like, more input on whether or not they decided to axe all that stuff. But we didn't. Oh, what the fuck? Stop. I'm hitting buttons that I shouldn't be hitting. Okay, make that this, make this that. There we go. Okay. All right, so one of the big things that you would, of course, see around spawn are the splotches of rock, you know, sort of floating up in the air. So we'll get to that. We'll get to the rock. I want there to be bits of rock in places, you know, because there are poles made of dirt and netherrack and stone that go up and down here and there. I'm going to do all that. Those will help add to the sort of spawn-ness of the whole thing. How am I going to sign it? What do you mean? Was Spawn more phallic or neo-Nazi back then? Ooh, that's a good question, actually. I don't know. I guess more neo-Nazi. It was really neither at any one time, because anything built at Spawn was always going to get destroyed by someone. Like, there was never this perpetual stuff at Spawn. Like, Spawn Aquarium today is an enigma, or not enigma, it's a an aberration. It is the exception, not the rule. But that's only because Spawn Aquarium is entirely waterlogged. If that wasn't the case, then Spawn Aquarium also would be gone. Build Pyrobytes Ghasts? No, that's not this year. This is 2012. Get your shit straight. God, I wish I could have 3 swatches up here. If there's a way to do that, let me know. But anyway, yeah, you didn't really get to make stuff at Spawn and expect it to stay. Most people knew that when they made stuff at Spawn. They fully expected it to go away by the next day or the next week or whenever. And you know, that's life. We all sort of go, yeah, this thing I've made won't last, but that's all right. And I kind of learned to just accept that too. So if I ever went to Spawn and did something, I fully expected it to go belly up within a day or two. I still expect that, honestly. If I put a sign at Spawn, I would expect that sucker to be gone within a week. Is this the same direction as NFE? No, this isn't any one direction. This is just something I'm painting out of my mind. It comes from the depths of my mind. So I can't really say it's any one spot or place or location or direction. It's just a thing. But that's all right. Nothing at Spawn stayed, like, noticeable. Everything was so in perpetual flux, you almost, other than using coordinates, you almost could never tell where you were. At least that's how I felt. I could be wrong. Maybe other people had a different experience, but I know that's how I felt. If I was doing something, or if I was standing somewhere, I was always like, where the hell am I again? Because, you know, when you run around, you want to use visual landmarks and such to orient yourself. Oh, I'm by the big such and such. Or I'm by this giant whatever. I'm by the giant swastika. I'm by the giant minecock sign. Yes, there was a sign that said minecock. That one was hilarious. I loved that sign. That sign was great. But unfortunately, you know, that stuff just does not stick around. It stuck around a little bit if it was within 3 or 4 kilometers of Spawn. But nowadays, everything is in perpetual flux, so I don't think about it too hard. This back hills area is meant to be sort of rolling slope of sorts, because back here is also junk, but features tend to sort of blob on a distance. You don't tend to notice the features directly and sharply, like in this pile of doo-doo right here. Draw a wither. I'm sorry, this is the wrong year. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. I will probably be drawing withers with 2013's spawn. I'm going to be drawing probably late 2013. That feels more in line with the 2B2TI that I remember. Because that's when I hung out at Spawn the most, was 2013. So that's probably when I will put all the fucking withers on it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good with that part. Put a little bit of stuff here. Love this song. Oh, and actually, no, that's probably better. 94% opacity. Blend some of this in. Notice told me the nearest player. Make at least one Easter egg. Well, give me a good idea for what an Easter egg would look like. That's not dark enough. You're gonna have to give me more to go on, Ani. There we are. That's dark. Yeah, what would you like to see as a an Easter-oriented? Oh wait, no. Let me do all the lights first. I think light. Okay. Bam. Bam. Okay. There. Stone. Whoops. Kill all of that. There we go. Actually, maybe it doesn't. Well, it will need the background because the blue will need that. That's right. Gravel, that'll be dirt patches. Wait, why did I put dirt patches here? Okay, wait. Instead, let's do random blocks. Yeah, random blocks. And then the light and darkness overlay to sort of give it a little bit more. Yeah. Head will go here. Regular palette there. Okay, cool. But yes, what sorts of sporadic biomes would make it even more spawny? No, because you could never tell what the biome was. There were very rare instances where you could tell what the biome was of any one section of spawn. I distinctly remember spawn being a swamp, a jungle, and a desert, and then ocean. Like the spawn biome would change so drastically over time with the seed and the generation changes. It just became pointless to try and keep track of what was what. Ooh, Jaggies. Yikes, Jaggy. Me no likey Jaggies. I don't want the boundary to be too overtly mucky. I can't wait for 2016, 2018. Oh boy. Yeah. Them's were the days. Those are going to be some wild. I'm not sure how I'm going to like capture that. We'll get to that when we get to it. I want to enjoy this process first. Make this area more dark. Sort of transition it here. Maybe build something Camp Face Punch-esque in the background. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think I want to do that. Mostly because I was never at a Camp Face Punch. So, like, I don't know what that would look like in order to, like, translate that into this. You know what I mean? I'll think about what sort of Easter egg would be neat. I think I can pull off a really neat Easter egg. It won't be hard. It'll just be something requiring a little bit of thought. And you know what they say, if she breathes, she's a thought. Will have a single floating crystal in the center? Maybe, but not entirely. Everybody's thinking I'm gonna be like doing the Russian war or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do for 2016. There are a lot of spots and places and time that I could pick. A lot of really interesting things happened in 2016. It's not just one event, it's like a bajillion of them. But it has to be spawned, so it'll probably be the 4th incursion, let's be real. But we'll see. Pyrobyte's ghast spawners will be 2015. So I don't know, we'll see. There are so many different options to choose from for various eras that representing each era uniquely and properly isn't going to be an instant sort of like, oh yeah, I have to pick this. Oh yeah, I have to pick that. Like, the other sort of caveat is that this is all stuff that I saw. This is stuff I was doing or seeing or watching or at or whatever. As long as it's at spawn, I guess it's fair game. And I have a lot of screenshots I can go back and like reference. So if I need to, I can easily pick from one of those to make it feel a little bit more appropriate. This a little darker in here. "2016, I already read that shit. What software are you using? Also, can I see the full drawing now? Oh yeah, sure. This is what it looks like so far. Yeah, it's GIMP. Spawn Jarati? What? What the fuck does that mean, dude? Spawn Jarati. Like, do you want me to throw a Jarati on you? Is that what you're asking, University? Like, seriously. If you're gonna say a weird one-off, like, thing, like, at least give me some context to go on. Or do you want me to put a Jarati at spawn? Because I'm not going to do that. I want to do stuff that's, like, faithful to the era. Oh, I got an even better idea. Shit. There we are. Oh, yeah. Gimp, ask old man XCC2. Yeah, but this isn't XCC2's stream. I want to be the one to do it. If I was there, if I was doing it, then that's what I will do. in 2012, early 2012, because this is the first thing that I saw, it was a dude killing someone else at spawn. And then I remember falling like 20 blocks or something crazy. And crunching my legs the moment I joined the server. And I was like, why the hell? Why did I join and take damage? I don't understand. But I would eventually understand all too well. GTF2, I've been playing that since I fixed my Ethernet. Oh, okay. Glad to hear it. I didn't even know you had a very bad Ethernet situation, Operator, but I'm glad you don't anymore. When was your biggest rage quit moment on the server? Oh boy, it was very early on. When I fell down that double ravine. When I fell down the double ravine, when I was first making my way out of spawn. And then I died and got sent back to spawn, and I was like, ah, fuck this. Don't worry, I bounced back. But one of the side effects of that was that I missed the 2012 April 1st bash. I didn't get to enjoy those festivities that time. I got to do 2013 and onward until House stopped doing them. But until that time, you know, it's all good. I do kind of regret rage quitting at that time. Because if I hadn't, I would have gotten to see that. And boy, would that have been a night, day, whatever. I think it would have been night because Sweden is way ahead of us. So it would have been April 1st there, well before it would have been April 1st here. But still, that would have been a time to remember. Okay, let me get some. See, this is not as much as I was hoping it would be, honestly. Okay, duplicate this, put it over the stone. That's not bad, but it needs a little something something. I like to play around with the composition a little. Okay, flip that up to full power. Duplicate. Okay, and then and then I kind of want to put some sort of bleeding effect. Yeah, like that. just see if this works or not. No. One too many. Yeah, I'm not satisfied with it. Okay. I was just experimenting there with that. We'll just pretend that experiment wasn't real. Okay. That and this. Mix these two around. Oh, hey, Demonic. Welcome. Very nice drawing. Thank you. Oh, welcome, Callum. I'm glad you have arrived. Favorite rage quit moment by someone else? Ooh, that's a good one. I really enjoyed it when I saw Jared back when we shut the door, or not door, but the bed chain. We shut him off from the bed chain in 2016. And he was just so angry that we thought ahead and did that. And I'll never forget that night where he rage quit about it. He obviously redoubled his efforts. It's not like that deterred him or anything, but it was funny because of how overplayed it was. Like, it was predictable he was going to do that. And it was just kind of like, you knew we were going to do this. We knew you knew we were going to do this. Like, you should not have been that surprised, Jared. But that's how it is. Another fun fact, another fun rage moment of someone else was when Pop Bob got caught with his backdoor plugin. He got caught in late 2011, early 2012 sometime. And apparently he had his player.dat file deleted by House in retaliation for his bugging the server, shall we say. Buggering the server, however you want to put it. And so he raged at spawn because he lost everything for a time. Obviously, this didn't stay. I really wish his player.dat file had just been set to read only. But sadly, that didn't happen. And Pop Bob terrorized players and peoples and places throughout the years. We were never truly Pop Bob free until the Russia War. But by then, everybody wanted Pop Bob to be there. They loved him. They adored him. They practically worshipped the ground he walked on. It was really bizarre. But I love the fact that he's famous and everybody's like, oh my god, it's Pop Bob, and Pop Bob hates that. That's funny as hell. That is so amusing. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Full-on key-smashing rage? Yeah, supposedly. That's just the story I was told. I couldn't tell you how valid it was. Obviously, I don't think anyone was in the room with Pop Bob while he raged about getting his player file wrecked. If that indeed did happen. See, that's the thing. That could be a lie. That may not have occurred. And that does, unfortunately, sometimes happen, where an event is reported and it didn't occur. Not the way that it was reported anyway. it's funny as hell to imagine someone like Pop Bob getting some sort of like extended comeuppance for various, you know, acts. Like karma pays dividends, and Pop Bob owed back taxes to karma, and so karma collected on him, that kind of thing. I remember one time I was looking up Pop Bob's post history on the Minecraft forums, just to see what kind of person he was. This is back before I really knew him, or knew of him all that well. I'd only heard rumor. And I'll never forget, like, every post on Minecraft forums was like, I can't wait to grief people. I can't wait to destroy and ruin everybody's fun. I can't wait to such and such and such and such. This is like right around the time he gets into Java coding, I think. So it's like, well, fuck. You were always a little pissant, weren't you? And yeah, sadly, I think that was always the case with him. Pop Bob was always out to make trouble for someone. Someone somewhere was going to feel his wrath one day or another. When was the last time I saw him? It was on Constantium about a year ago. I didn't say anything to him. I was like, ah, fuck, it's Pop Bob. And I just went about my business. Apparently, Warmonger is still their target. And speaking of Warmonger, I've got a video in the works now. Episode 6. Storytime with Jack. I've started on the script to that. I hope it'll be a fun little gem of a blast for you all. And so hopefully that'll amuse the hell out of you guys whenever it is I get that done. I'm going to take my time on it, just like I did episode 5. I'm thinking of titling episode 6 of Storytime with Jack something to the effect of the very first time Warmonger beat his wife, just to sort of continue the riffing on Warmonger thing. Should be quite amusing. Or do you remember when Warmonger beat his wife? Petbridge Farm remembers. That kind of thing. I don't know. I recently got wind that Clyde, of all people, uploaded an Warmonger beats his wife, or a video titled Warmonger beats his wife or some shit like that. It was really quite amusing. I laughed kind of hard at it. And it's really nice to see that nothing has changed over there in Nerdland. We've all moved on, but they haven't. Yes, the Warmonger apology. I'm not entirely certain I'm going to apologize now. Because, like, going back through the logs and stuff, he was an asshole. I don't think I owe him anything, despite having griefed him. I'm thinking I'm just going to make fun of it all and move on. Unlike the nerds, you know, I'm actually going to move on. Let's see here. Liam cameo. I don't know that I'm going to make much of a Liam cameo. I don't really have much to say about X0XP. X0XP was just kind of around. Just came back from 2 to 3 a.m. walk. Wow. Now your favorite VTuber, Jack. Okay, well, thank you. Ripping bongs. Well, no, Rippa was just me trying to sound street as a young, dumb 15-year-old kid. Which, by the way, yesterday was my birthday. So happy 35th to me. Year older. Which means I've had Jacktherippa as a name for 20 years. Holy shit. I've been Jacktherippa for 20 years. That's how long I've been using this online handle. Back in the day, we called them handles. We just call them usernames now. But yeah, I've been Jacktherippa for 20 years, and I've been alive for 35. Damn. How time flies. Rippa's my gangsta name. Yes, so I was trying to be gangsta as a kid. Yeah, 15's a kid. Yeah, you got it right, PPC. You correctly guessed. It's cringe as all hell, but I've learned to embrace it. I'm all right with the cringe. Happy birthday. Forgot to say. Oh, good. Happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll catch up to you soon. Damn. How far away is soon? 35. I mean, you got to be what, 32, 31, somewhere in there? Yeah, you'll be right on my heels before you know it. It's not that cringe. Been on the streets for 20 years. Jeez. I mean, it's a little cringe, but it's not that bad, I guess. That's true. It could have been something worse. For a name I made up 20 years ago when I was 15, yeah. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. 18? You're only 18, PPC? Jeez. I mean, yeah, in another 18 or so years, you will definitely have caught up to me, but, like, it's hard to believe that will only just be next year for me. 18 and 18, so 36. That'll just be next year. God. It's wild. Still unsure how everyone in America developed a serial killer fascination in the mid-2000s. That's a very good question. It just kind of happened. We didn't really understand that was kind of the direction we were being forced in. But that was the direction we were being forced in. Something about the internet and being able to discuss things like that in real time, it added to, I don't want to say the mystique, but it added to everybody's feelings on the matter. It helped to fuel it. You've been Jack for as long as you've been alive. Jesus Christ, universe, and please don't ever say that. But I understand. You can't help being born whenever you're born. And well, like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. I like this song. It makes me think I'm on a some sort of an excursion into a desert in some video game RPG or some shit. He knew I wanted to surpass you? Dad didn't pump you out soon enough? Oh. Well, hey. That's not your fault, so don't feel bad. You were pumped out when you were pumped out. I hate that we can't choose the time and place and circumstances of our birth. Boy, it sure would be cool if we humans could invent a way to, like, get around that limitation. But I don't know. I feel like that would probably be a bad thing, actually. I don't know. How does this look without that? Not too great. Without the overlay, it does not look like stone. With the overlay, it kind of looks like a stony, rocky area. For a reason you forgot your username was Jacktherippa. What? Oh, okay. Hey, Stone Cold Killer, welcome. I love the little tunes you can find on Dova Syndrome. Color temperature. Ooh, that's a little too dark. intended. What does this look with the dirt on it? No, it's a little too yellow. I'm going to mute the blues a little bit. Let's do a little bit. It's not bad. More yellow. More blue. Okay, so like way over here makes it very blue. Let's just do this. How's that look? Very blue. I don't know. Stone. See, back in those days, there weren't various types of stone. There's just stone and cobblestone. But I don't know how to like best represent cobblestone. So like stone, dirt, and gravel's the best I can do, I think. Yeah, I'm making a Spawn recreation from 2012. That'll do. How does it feel knowing I've been Jack for longer than most of these people have been alive? Oh, God. It makes me feel old as shit. I can't lie. It makes me feel like I don't know. I don't honestly think it makes me feel very different. Like, I've been Jack for so long that I just kind of expect it at this point. I just sort of... It's a part of who I am. I couldn't imagine being any other way, is more or less what I mean. So, like, I'm really kind of just worrying over nothing, to be honest. Because, you know, even if I use my real life name instead of Jacktherippa, like, I'm still that and have been my whole life. So, like, that doesn't change anything. Not really. It's just one of those things where it's like, well, damn. I'm not a hot 20-something anymore. Like, no, time has actually kept flowing. Time is unforgiving and fast-paced and... Ooh, bad. Don't do that. Time is one of those things that you take for granted until you learn to stop taking it for granted. At which point you realize how cruel it actually is. And then you understand, oh, fuck, I've messed up. Like, oh, man, I could have done this. Oh, I should have done that. And that's when the regrets set in. And you have to kind of learn to defend yourself and go, okay, whatever I did or didn't decide to do with my life, I've got to be all right with it. Because if I had decided a different path, well, then I would just be on that path looking back and going, well, what if I could have been here? So at a certain point, you know, you do have to kind of fight off the regrets and go, well, I should have done this. Well, I should have done that. Well, no, actually, I probably did whatever was the best thing I could think of in the moment. Given the information I had, given the thoughts and feelings I had, like, realistically, you could not probably go anywhere else. Even if you had had the power, it would have probably required some sort of foreknowledge or foresight you just did not have in the moment. So you do have to kind of be, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Let your mistakes go. Let them stay in the past where they belong. It's not worth carrying them. Hey, Roscoe. I'm still alive, yes. I mean, I've only been alive for about an hour. An hour and some change. Build more cobble monsters. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to do a giant lava cast over here on the side. I've got to figure out how to make the lava look good. And I'm mostly just getting the terrain for now. trying to decide if smoothing it out looks better or if leaving it in splotches looks better. Like that. I think I like the blue to light blue transition. I don't like having these giant splotches of this is all the same color. Like, I want to have variation. Like that, but not quite so. There we go. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Whoops. Whoops. I want there to be light and dark in obvious splotched ways. Oh, whoops. And then blend it slightly. – 2005 freshman year? Yeah, I was 2004 freshman year. Like, I quite literally skated down the road. For those of you who don't know, I rollerblade for fun, you know, as my recreation. And I saw on some girl's truck, because I've seen her pull out and go and so on many, many, many times over the years. And on the back of her car, class of 2025. And I took one look at that and I stopped dead in my tracks. It was late at night, so like nobody was around. And I stopped dead in my tracks and looked at that and went, holy fucking shit. Class of 2025. Because I assume she's a senior. And I'm just like, huh? No way. But yeah, there are people who are graduating high school in 2025. And they think they're the center of the universe and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But like, no, unironically, there are classes of 2025. There will be a class of 2026. There will be a class of 2027. Can't help it. Time keeps marching on. And well, kind of just is what it is, I guess. Oops. Oh, god damn it. I hit Control X instead of Control Z. I hate it when I do that. Jack, I'm class of 2028. Oh, God. That's literally 20 years after I graduated high school, Roscoe. What the fuck? 2028 will be 20 years for me. Dude. Imagine graduating 20 years after me. Fuck. You kids. You are all going to have a very hard time. I warn you now. I don't know how or when you're gonna like, it's gonna dawn on you one day. You're gonna be like, no. College 25 or high school? I think he means high school. Has to, right? So that's already filled in. Dirt. Kind of looks a little poopy, I'm not gonna lie. How can I change this? I don't want it to be as intense. No, that's still a little too intense. Angle. It's not terrible. Aspect ratio. Force hardness. Oh, okay, so that's how you get it really. Yeah. Trying to lighten it up in spots so that it isn't so rough. Just on the stone. Okay. Here. Yeah, I think I'm getting it. Hey, heathens. Wind will be my... Oh, sure. Okay, whatever. Gotta grow my hair like your OC? Oh. Yeah, I have a, the wind will be your opponent. I see what you mean now. Yeah, having long hair is a troublesome thing sometimes. You have to learn to kind of... I have my hair drawn back all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. But it is a real pain in... For example, the stupid elastic bands that I use, if they break, fuck, that's annoying. My hair is actually like that. Want to donate, but you only got 50 cents. Don't worry about it, Demonic. I don't worry about people donating. I don't want to... You're not forced. It's fine. If you donate, it's out of the kindness of your heart. I'm not expecting anything. I get where you're coming from, but, like, don't feel bad. Time keeps on ticking. Yep, and then you die. Yeah. Comes for all of us. I just hope that I get to New Game Plus my life. That would be so cool. If I could New Game Plus my life, that shit would be dope. That's where you get to live your life over again, but you get to retain your memories and experience. I highly doubt that'll happen, but, you know. It would be cool if there was a way to make that happen, though. Like, if you get enough good boy points in one life, you get to relive your life, I guess. Some shit like that. That's what the Buddhists think, right? I'm totally not being racist. No. I'm just explaining the core tenet of Buddhism. New Game Plus and invest in Bitcoin. Oh my god, you read my mind. Yeah, I would totally do that. I would know what stocks to buy, that's for damn sure. Apple, Google, Microsoft, and these are before these companies really take off. Well, I don't know, Microsoft and Apple were already like kind of taking off when I was a kid, so maybe then I couldn't, but definitely I could invest in Google. I could certainly buy Bitcoin and just keep it to myself. I'll never forget about that one poor dude who was paid thousands and thousands and thousands of Bitcoin into some wallet, and he forgot the address and password, and he's just like, well. And then Bitcoin shot up to an absurd amount of value per Bitcoin. To where fractions of a Bitcoin is considered a lot. Oh, that poor bastard. Buddhism isn't real? Yeah, we know. I don't think there isn't a single person who wasn't aware of that. Me kicking myself for not investing in Bitcoin when I was literally in kindergarten. Okay, you could not have known. Like, you couldn't have known anything. How many kids are being born right now who are ignorant to something that will destroy or rule their lives? That you, as a functioning adult right now, might, if you go out and do your research and if you get lucky, you might be able to take advantage of it. Maybe. Like, there are a lot of things that you will just be born into and have no choice in the matter on. So don't feel bad. It's not like you asked for this. Maybe that's like... Ooh, I like that. Let's use the selectors here. Overlay. Dissolve. Ooh, dissolve isn't bad. It's very splotchy up close, but, you know, from a distance. Decrease the opacity a little. Yeah, that makes it feel very, like, chaotic. Oh, but before I do, let me make a backup. Hide that for the moment. Okay, and then put just the slightest bit of blur on it. Oh wait, that's right. We have to put that into a new layer. And then we can blur it. Yeah. Fake texture. I love it. Oh, gravel. I haven't done gravel yet. Random blocks. The sky. Let's put that on the top. Random blocks we'll get to. What would happen if I made this a dissolve layer? What would that look like? Also looks kind of funky, but not necessarily in a bad way. Ooh, okay. Years have been going by fast. It's weird how that works. As you get older, your sense of time broadens. $8,000 for a property. Well, now that $8,000's a lot less money, or a lot more money, I mean, than you think. Because it's $8,000 in 1970s money. And 1970s money is not nearly as hard to come by as you might think. So already, like, no, actually, it would still be difficult to get a hold of a house. Easier overall, but still difficult. So you would still have to work your ass off to have a chance at buying a house in the 1970s. Also, building standards aren't as good, so like that house, you'd have to like constantly upkeep it. It would be a nightmare. Not that it wouldn't have been worth it, just, you know. It's just one of those things where you're like, you would not be getting as good of a deal as you think. Of course, everything is outrageous. Everything is going like crazy. There we go. That introduced a lot of like random variation and noise to it. I like that. And then this. Ooh. Come down in opacity, please. There we go. Even the house was shoddily built back then. Land is what counts. Yeah, good point. Housemaster, isn't that housemaster anymore? What? Oh, you mean the person in charge? Yeah, I guess the housemaster person isn't as much of a housemaster as we'd say. And that's very true. House is not house anymore. Oh wait, no. Let's put it like right there. Yeah. Yeah. So we got the darks down here, and then we got the very light brights over up in the top. I like that. And then I'm gonna have to paint the gravel. I forgot about gravel. Ow, my legs. Okay. For gravel, I'm just gonna splotch little bits of it here and there, because gravel was never a large density thing. Like even on old Spawn, you were never seeing too much in the way of gravel. You would see the occasional gravel pocket, but you wouldn't see a whole lot. Haven't done code before? That's fine. There's acres of cheap enough water, electric, or some, yeah. Oh yeah, the OG name isn't Houses, but House, I believe he snapped up the name though, in some way, shape, or form. Like, I don't think Housemaster let the name go into some rando's hands. I'm pretty sure Housemaster has access to it on some level. But I don't know the specifics of that, and I don't know that anyone else does, in all honesty. Mousemaster and Housemaster and House Blaster and Horsemeister and whatever other funny names we could think of to torment him with. You know. Whoever it is that is in charge currently is very obviously like direct and intentional about how they run things. So I would not be too concerned with it. I'm sure Housemaster is still Housemaster on some level. There we go. And then give us a fake layer to throw that down onto. Turn down the opacity a little bit on this one. Okay. Start coding in Scratch. Don't listen to Arthur, he'll lead you astray. Start coding in probably something simple, just to get yourself like reasonably acquainted with how to code. There we go. Program assembly, handwriting with pencil and binary is the only solution. God damn, dude. Stop trying to, like, lead him astray, guys. I don't know Java that well. I mean, I tried learning years ago. I never could get myself into it. Sky. Something I can do. I mean, we need the lava cast, we need random blocks. Let's make so the light and dark figures are spacing. Still a bit fucky. I'm thinking of trying to make netherrack. God, this just does not work for that, does it? Trying to cut away at it. Because there were a lot of netherrack blocks at spawn back in the day as well. I don't think I want to do the cuboidal sort of, you know, everything is, also that line is, that boundary is way too, like, clean. Yeah, that's probably a little better. I don't want to say much, but you can make a hackless task hack with only texture packs and inventory mods that work kind of like the same or even better. Okay. Didn't Pyro make a patch with backdoor or something House used? Yes, that was back in 2013. That's how they got inf items the very first time after the infs were originally patched. And that's how we were able to ride a horse on the nether roof, too. Pyro got away with a lot of things. Not gonna lie. Shit that I would ban people for if I had been running a server. Pyro managed to sort of smooth talk his way through that. I think it helps to have friends in high places, if you know what I mean. Would you be down for a GPT movie if Fit made a live-action version of it and pay me like $5,000? Only $5,000? In all honesty, a live-action 2B2T movie would be nuts. I don't know how in the hell you would be able to, like, make it and it not suck. But yeah, I guess I'd be down to try and participate. Maybe if you could make it well. Also, unfortunately, we are running up on the edges of time and space. I'm going to have to probably table this for the week and come back next week and finish it up. In the meantime, I may put some final touches on it. Or some, not final, but some more better touches. Yeah. If that makes sense. Trying to actually make it would be the biggest headache. I know you would need to be very concise with whatever time and whatever history and stuff you're trying to adapt. You'd have to be super, like, very, very careful with what you decide to do and how you decide to do it. Because if not, you'll run in circles. And there are way too many stories to try and tell. So, like, you'd have to be laser focused on exactly one historical event. It could work. It could work. I don't know that a modern audience would like it, but I don't know. It just depends. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty with something like that. You know what? I'm not feeling the gravel patches. Not gonna lie. Gravel can go away. There's something about the stone bits that I want to, like, fix over in here. I just don't quite know what. Ow. My back. My butt. Holds the record for the heaviest man alive. Juan Pedro Franco would play Pop Bob. Holy shit. That would be hilarious. I don't know how you would get the poor man around, but I suppose. Juan Pedro Franco. That would be nuts, trying to, like, make a pop bob that would be both true to life and true to, I don't know, true to, like, the legend. Is legend the wrong word? Is legend too silly? Move this to where it's like, there we go. I don't know. Is Pop Bob the legend, the man? Oh, whoop. There we go. Get rid of that. Damn it. I don't want the edges too crispy. Shite. Alright, mouse. Kind of go. Just a teensy bit more blur. Help smooth it over a little bit. Okay. I like that a lot better. The dirt's not too bad. Light and darkness. Random blocks I gotta put on. Sky. What's like... Oh, random blocks are going to have to be above the sky so that they don't, the color does not bleed over. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like how this has turned out now. I was a little on the fence with it, but you know. Do you watch a Java video tutorial? Yeah, that would be the only way I would know to get started in programming, if that's what you want to do. Same way you wouldn't read Romeo and Juliet to learn how to write a play in English. Yeah, good point. For learning any discipline, it's usually good to try and find some sort of a course. But then again, a lot of those require money. So for free, your best bet's YouTube. But anywhere else? I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to pick this up again next week. Got a lot of, you know, layout done. It's very, very spawnerific. I'm happy with how it's turning out. I kind of want to do, I don't know, like little splotches here, there. Kick up the size a little, splotch right over there. Something evocative of like blocks closer and farther away from the camera. It's like that's a little block off in the distance. This is a block off in the distance. And I don't want these to be cuboidal. I want them to sort of feel like they're chunks of rock. I'm going to eschew the Minecraft, you know, standard. Like that's a rock that's really close. This is a rock that's really close. I'm just going to go ahead and lay out some of the ones I want right now. Good ending point. Looks more like a snowy mountain rather than 2v2t spawn. How does it look snowy? Like, if anything, it looks dull and washed out and, like, very, I don't know, I mean, I guess these kind of look like snowflakes sort of falling down, but I'm gonna do, oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna like make some sort of bits like this. Maybe I should do a different brush. Maybe acrylic. It's only good for the bottom, not necessarily for the top. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. Why not? Should probably sleep early. Yeah, I don't have to go to bed tonight all that early, but you know, I should probably get to work more on the game. But anyway, yeah. So we will pick this up next week, and we will put more 2b2t elements on this, including lava cast. Actually, while I'm thinking about that, let me go ahead and make the layers for it. Lava cast, random blocks, and blocks. No, it would be pole blocks, maybe. Oh, nerd poles. That's what we call them. Stupid term, but I like it. Nerd poles. Those are the giant, you know, 1 block tall towers you see everywhere that people use to like bridge up to places. Random blocks. Yeah, I think that'll do. It definitely looks snowy. Cause like I could maybe filter, put something on the stone, make it less blue. I want to make it look dirty, like, or not dirty, stony. Ooh, linear burn's not bad. I want to make it look gray, but like gray with slight blue to it. You have to wake up at 4:30, jeez. What else was that supposed to be? It was supposed to be snow. Or it's not supposed to be snow, it's supposed to be stone. That's it, you're fucking me up. Yeah, it's only supposed to be stone, like dirt and stone, like what you would see at spawn. It does kind of look snowy. don't know. Oh, well. Yeah, take care, Ani. We'll sort this out next week. So, yeah, you guys have a great evening. If you all want to, support me, show me some love, leave some likes or comments or so on down in the description there. And I will happily get on with my week. I will catch you all tomorrow for Freeform Friday. If y'all want to watch me play. Oh, God, I forgot it does that. Yeah, it's because I can't. Oh, fuck. Discord. It catches Discord, too. Why did I do that? Damn, display capture's crazy. Oh, well, y'all have a good one. I will catch you all another night. That night being tomorrow. And yeah, other than that, we'll finish this up next week. Y'all take care. Goodbye.